Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're all well. I'm not feeling that good today. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. Maybe it's the heat. It's like, I didn't look before, but it was going to be 38 or 39 or something. And it's pretty hot. It's not too bad in here, so I don't know what's wrong with me, but I guess I'll survive. So as usual, while everyone's hopping on, hopefully people are hopping on, I wasn't sure whether to go live or not because it's New Year's Eve and a lot of people will be celebrating, but I'm not. It's too hot for a start, and we don't normally do anything much New Year's Eve anyway, so to be honest, so I just thought I'd prefer to be crafting with you guys anyway. So I'm Cheryl Algie from Kerrang in Victoria, Australia, and so I'm going to be using some, I'm hoping to do create three cards. I have one that I've used, or two that I've used this paper called Sweet Talk, and it's in the upcoming mini catalogue that most of my ladies will have. I think Di is the only one that won't have it because well, she doesn't really have an address, shall we say. She's not homeless, she's in a caravan park somewhere, I think. Yeah, that sounded bad, didn't it? You don't have an address. Didn't want to make sound like you were homeless, Di, because you're not. So this is gorgeous paper, but I just wanted to show you that you don't need to necessarily use hearts with it. You could definitely make it you can see while I'm going through as I'm yabbering. You can, yep, there's a stripy piece on the back of that one and on the back of that one. I've got it's Blushing Bride. It's just just like a wash on that one. I've got little red on pink design there. And yeah, I think I've showed you all of those. And this one's hasn't got hearts, but it's got, what's it got? It's got all different words. Love, it must be je t'aime, means I did French at school, that means I love you. So all different yeah, sorts of words on there. So as I said, if I get to the third one, I do. I think I will, because once I'm crafting I forget that I'm not well. Put that over there and just go through a few of the other things we're going to be using for the not for the first one. For the second one, I'm going to be using the basic borders again. I'm going to be using, I thought I'd do, the first one I had worked out with that paper, just a fairly simple design, and then I thought, no, I really need to do something New Year's Eve-y. So I've used the cocktail glass out of this one with the die for one of my cards. I've picked out the hearts out of my Give It a Whirl dies to, not that big one because that's got a tag on it, I'll just show you. I've used that one for my sample card. I used that one and that one, but you wouldn't need to necessarily use hearts in there. You could do the one I'm doing tonight for you guys. I didn't get those out. Put them away, not too good. Let me just see if I can reach. Yeah, I've actually cut out two of these because I forgot which one I'd used on my other sample. So I've used this one. I think I showed you this one was it last week? So I've just used this one, and then I've cut a circle that fits in that with my layering circles. They're just some bits because like I did explain to you, I think last week, that some of these don't cut out. They cut out of the paper, but they don't cut around this shape. So that's just to remind me of which ones do what, because no doubt I'll forget. So yes, so I used them. I also used this. I need to order some more embossing holders. I don't have that many current ones, I just realised, when I was doing these cards. So this is the ornate. This is one of my favourite ones. You get a favourite and you just want to keep using it, and don't you? And this one, I'm just using the For You out of there. I was looking for some sentiments the other day and I hadn't realised that one's got it's a nice font. So that's all I'm using. I'm not using the seashells. And out of this one, I'm just using this. This is my favourite stamp out of this set. I'm just using this for my little cocktail one. And for the other cocktail one, to make it New Year's Evey, I don't know, I haven't looked through all my stamps to see whether we have a Happy New Year's stamp set, but I discovered in Best Year that says wishing you your best year yet. And I'm not sure if the one I create tonight, whether I'll give that as a New Year's Eve card or whether I'll just give it as a birthday card. So that sentiment would be perfect anyway for a birthday card. Actually, I'll show you. Got that ready to go because I found this sentiment really tricky to get straight, and the only way to get, not the only way, but the way to get it straight is to use your stamp artist. So I went away and I was thinking about this card and I thought, you know what, I've already done the front, but it can be the inside. So whichever one looks the best, we'll use for our front. So I'll show you how I did this. So I inked up with, I used the colours. It's good sometimes to use the DSP, which is Designer Series paper. Someone asked me that on Stamping Cafe. What do you mean by DSP? Well, DSP is short for Designer Series paper, which is the paper I just showed you. So I'm going to use a technique called Rock and Roll to get this colour here. I was inspired by, believe it or not, a box of wine someone had dropped off for the gun club. My husband's in the gun club and they're having a shoot tomorrow. So and I was sitting there and it's sitting just in the dining room inside the door, and I thought, that gives me an idea. I could use that stamp for that. So I've inked it up in So Saffron. Now I've got my Granny Apple Green, and all I'm going to do is, like the name suggests, rock and roll. I'm not sure how I'll do. And that's pretty good. So you get a kind of a greeny yellow look. So now the only thing is I'll have to clean my stamp off because I don't want to put green. Don't mind my raggy, my dirty old baby wipe there. I don't want to put green in my So Saffron ink, do I? So I'll leave that open because I'll need that again. So we'll do top and bottom and we'll see which one we like the best. Not sure if I did. Oh no, I haven't done the envelope. I might do that with this technique too while we're going. So rock and roll and stamp and stamp again. We could actually just, why I didn't want to do the envelope was because I had all my bits inside, but you can actually, I'm not sure whether I'll have enough. Let's see. Excuse me. I don't have COVID. Well, not that I know of anyway. Sometimes when you huff on your stamp, you can get enough ink. And that's enough ink for the envelope, I think. Could be a bit darker, but you get the idea. That's decorated enough, isn't it? Probably need them again in a minute, so that's all. Clean as I go, so I'm not wondering which ones are clean and which are not when I'm finished. Might get rid of that one, we'll get ourselves a nice fresh one. I tend to use my chamois a lot. But I should use the scrub because it's going to wet that a bit because it's so hot. The baby wipes, I didn't have it closed properly and it's drying out. I just like to get the majority of the ink off before I start cleaning because then my scrub will last longer. So let me see which is, I think I like this one better. That one can be for the inside. So I had to decide because I need to stamp that. Oh no, this one wasn't the one. I told you I'd get mixed up. This one wasn't the one I wanted to do that on at all. I wanted to do, let's see, I'll just show you. I've already pre-done my little cocktail glasses and now let me think. I had better luck, but you know how bad I am at lining up two-step stamping. So I had better luck stamping the inside to it. Originally I thought, oh okay, I got all my blends out and thought, ready to colour them in. And guess what? I didn't have to because you colour them in with the stamps as a two-step stamp. But I kept getting my liquid, I kept getting it all lopsided. So, and I thought, well, maybe I'll have better luck. Sorry, my head's probably in the camera. I have pre-done some of these so that if I messed up, if I was going to do a heap, I would probably use, let's see how I do. I can already see that I'm going to mess that up. Oh, it's not too bad. And then you have your tiny little, let's put them there because I know that I haven't cleaned them. A tiny little piece of lemon, where's that? And I was making a mistake with that too because I was lining it up at the first line where it needs to be lined up at the outside line, of course. That's not too bad either. See, I'm telling you how bad I am and I'm not doing, I did have a fair bit of a practice, but still not perfect. But that's me. You would probably, especially Jeanette, she's a whiz at doing this. And the Stamper Artist does help, but I just didn't want to keep you too long tonight. That one wasn't very good, but you get the idea. I'll just use my chamois to clean those off. Not sure if I weaker still with those ones or not. Let me have a look. Not if I can do that when I put them on anyway, can't I? Let me see. Did I? I think I did. I thought I had 3 of these. So I just did them a little bit different. Where did my t'other one go? Oh, here it is, upside down. So I've got 3 of these. Couldn't decide whether I wanted to put it on. Oh, I think I need to cut. No, I've cut that down already. On So Saffron or Granny Apple Green. So I thought, guess what? I'm going to. So that's going to be my inside. I might finish stamping this in case I mess it up. So where's the stamp I had for that? This one. I could do red, I suppose. You might do red. Just better position those. Want them and then decide where I want my greeting. So this says today's plan, consume cocktails. So I've lost my dot off my eye, but I wasn't going to worry about that. Hopefully put that straight, and hopefully I can stamp straight. Clean that off and close that one up. Get our centre of it. You can see what I'm doing there. I should be, make sure I'm in under the camera, shouldn't I? This is not coming out as quick as I thought it would, which is probably a good thing, but it's coming out in big blobs. Oh, get off my finger. Shouldn't be sticky. That's probably enough. You don't need to drown it. Definitely don't need to drown it because I don't want it to come off on my cardstock. Now the trick is to pick it up without getting glue all over one's fingers. And is that about centered? I think it probably is. Okay. I'll just have those all in a row, I think. I don't think, doesn't look like I've put any Wink of Stella on this one. Put a bit of Wink of Stella, it looks like something sparkly. These ones I've already done, but I'll just do them again, just because I can. And how am I going to adhere those? Maybe with some dimensionals, let's see. Probably need the small ones. Probably, no, maybe not. We have a big one in the middle of the glass. We might get them in a better position first. Oh, come on, get off my finger. I must have glue on my finger. Things are wanting to stick to my finger. Not sure if I'll get one of them on there or not, will I? No, you can see it. That back, we'll use it for another one. Oh, I'll get off. All right, get in the bin then. If you're not going to leave me, let's try and cut. A little edge if I've got one. I don't want much, just want, that's probably just as big as a, yeah, I think that's two. Tell you what, we'll go this way. So it's just a really narrow one, and I'll need 3. These are just my scissors that are, or when I purchased them they were adhesive resistant. I don't know that they are still, but I still use them in lieu of using my good scissors, my good Stampin' Up ones, because otherwise I have to clean the glue off them all the time, don't I? That'll do. Just got a little itty bitty one there. And if I put him there, I probably should do that edge one, that end one there too, before I do the others. Put your little another little one there. And another piece of this. Put that on there, otherwise I'm not going to find that. The fan's whizzing around, blowing things a bit. This bit is so tiny, it's hardly worth it, but that is worth it because it'll just put the stem of the glass on the, oops, same level. Here we go. If I just have that one. I have that one, and where I've got that one, which is with the umbrellas right on the edge, them lined up, and then that one goes in the middle. Yep, that should be good. I'll do this one first, seeing he's sitting there. I take both edges off while I'm fiddling with it. Oh, you can see my mistake there. I stamped on the back of the cardstock. See, nothing's wasted. Although I can tell you a lot was wasted in the construction of this card, trying to get my two-step stamping. It's one thing I'm not. I don't excel at that at all. That's why we've got the stamper artist though, isn't it? Now I think I might need my tweezers to see where I'm placing that. Put them where, whoops, put them where it's not sticky, she says, so that I can kind of get that level. Okay. Now this goes on to this. I'm not going to use any dimensionals for that. We've got dimensionals on our little wine glasses. And we've got 3 layers of cardstock here, so that's plenty of dimension. Making sure we're putting it on the right side of the card base. What do I say? Now, do the So Saffron card base. Then you can see I'm going to use up my scraps. A good idea to cut out your shapes out of a piece you can use for your mat. And nobody can see those turtles and leaves and things being cut out of there, can they? Nobody will know except you and I. Good way of saving cardstock, especially when you're using, like I am here, I'm using it on the inside as well as the outside. Now all that's left is to decide which embellishments we want to use. Hopefully I've cut that down. Yes, I did. Now, do we use our new ones? We might. So these are coming into the new catalogue. I think I used them last week. The, what are they called? Iridescent Rhinestones. So you guys will have seen them in your catalogues. I think most of you have got them, hopefully. Let me know if you haven't. I might use a big one up here. Trying to put it in a triangle. Actually, you might go crazy and use a couple more, because I shouldn't have just stuck to that side, should I? Sometimes it's tricky to know where to put these little rhinestones. Whoops, come here. Didn't tell you to fall off. I think I like that. Okay, and we've got our envelope all done. So there's card number 1. How cute is that? So that could also be a New Year's card. And if we don't have a New Year's stamp set, you could, with that best year one, you could use your dies and put 2022 on that if you wanted to give it as a New Year's card. Okay. Thanks, Margaret. Can't see our boo-boos. No. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Gail. No, well, I don't see your mistakes. Well, I don't think you make any, Jeanette. You're pretty good little stamper. Pretty good little model too, aren't you? Now, I've got to remember where I was going with this one. Well, that looks like that's the inside. Oh, I know, this is what I wanted the Stamparatus for. Because I haven't made these cards. I just designed them and thought, yeah, that's what I'll do. So, as I said, I was having trouble getting as a sneak peek of one of our new stamp sets. So I can show you the new stuff that I've got. Haven't really played. Well, I had a bit of a play with this because I'm in a swap group. Well, in our team, we're doing a team swap. So I've done my swaps. I finished them last night. So pretty happy with that. And why I've got it upside down is because it would have been up there, which is too close to that edge. So, and now I've got to decide before I might do green this time. Might regret that. I might have liked red, but anyway, we'll do green. That's what I had planned to do. So I think my granny apple might need re-inking too. I'm not going to do that now. I was going to do that before, but I got distracted. And I did do my homework and line this up so that it would be straight for you guys. So just do that twice because you can with the Stamparatus. And I'll just grab a bit of scrap paper. I won't take that off yet in case I make a boo-boo and I have to start again. Pretty sure that's straight, yep. And I've just got to work this out as we go along. I have done a bit of prep work, so I've done the little drink. We're just using one. So my borders, what did I do here? Oh yes, I was going to put, this is that paper. So I thought I'll have to be there, but I think I have to stick these on before I do that. So this was with the basic borders, and when you cut them, what did I do with them? That's probably, you guys probably all know anyway. I did use one of the other ones one other night, You get the one that looks like the clouds as well. You get these two as well. It's quite cute, that. But I've got to make sure that that goes on there. But I actually want to work out. So when you cut them, you get two pieces. So you get, I've cut that there, and both of them are stitched. So you can use both of those. So I was going to just use the pink across there, and then I thought I might like the red. So I actually think, and I want to cover up the edge of that, and I was going to use some of these as well, but I'm not quite sure whether I like that. What do you guys think? So I could use the pink as well. We could put pink, where are we? To be a bit careful because I still need that edge of that paper to be hidden. And then I was going to put my little glass of wine there. Now, we've got a fair bit there, actually. We could come down a bit, might look better. I'll just fiddle while you guys tell me what you think. You think I should have rows of them, or just, I've a good mind to, I'm sort of thinking maybe just the red. I think I'm losing the effect with putting all the others. What do you guys think? Hi, Kerry. Just the red, yeah. Yep, that's what I reckon too. Thanks, guys. I can use those other ones for something else though, can't I? Just got to make sure I don't put that down too low. Or too high, I should say. And that can go there. But before I do that, I'll just have a go at, I've got two of them. Is this my scratchy one? Might try. Saw someone doing, and I don't want it on my paper, so I'm just going to have a go at this. I was doing it quite successfully yesterday, just doing some flicking. This just to give it a bit of interest, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. Is that a dry one? No, it's not dry. I didn't want to use my good one because I was worried I might wreck the nib. Yeah, no. I was using an in colour, so maybe they might be a bit juicier than these ones. Let me just, I'll grab a newer one. I think it's a newer one. Yeah, that's working. Is that Granny Apple? Yeah, that's the light. That's working. Don't know why the other one wasn't working. Just to add a little bit more interest. It's a bit hard to direct it where you want it to go. That might do. I could do a bit of red, I guess. Maybe, because we don't have it in Blushing Bride. So I'm just pulling the nib down. And I forget where I saw that. It was someone on YouTube. As I said, I was a bit reluctant because I didn't want to wreck my nib. It seems to be all good. This one seems like they're different, I reckon. Just trying to work out how far down I want it. Yeah, I think that's good. I think. So what I might do So I might put some glue here, just so that I'm sure that I'm going to be able to cover up that bottom piece of DSP. There's probably a better way to do this, but I shall muddle on. Now I just want to put that over onto my silicone mat, because I've got glue either side of that. Just work out where you want that. There is probably good. And then if you've got any that isn't stuck down, you can easily just put some glue in there. That way you're not running the risk of putting it on and not covering up the bits you want to cover up, the white you want to cover up. So I'm just going to take my scissors. Oops, that's a bit thick there. I want to cut it. Got it. I think the cocktail glass has got to go there to balance it. This isn't taking very long at all, is it? I've got to do the inside yet though. I need another piece of that thin stuff. Ah, where did you go? Went under my Stamparatus and hid. Can't hear any music from down the street. We're pretty close to the street where we are. Saturday nights they usually have a band and you can hear it playing, which is nice. I thought they might have had something tonight, but I can't hear it unless I haven't heard about any further restrictions or whatever. Don't think there was anything announced, was there? I haven't really seen the news today. That. Oh, I know. I was going to put that. Let's do that. So put that inside here. It's this right size. Now, I'm not bothered that it's the hearts are all higgledy-piggledy because that's how they are on the DSP. They're all different directions, so it doesn't really matter. Just turn over the back and make sure I've got it lined up there. Whoops. There we go. Put that on the inside. Oops, I think I went over there a bit. It's too late now. Hopefully no one will notice. Now I'm all sticky. Tried to get that off without realising I had glue on it. Could have put a bit of string or something there, couldn't we? Yeah, no. I'd have to go through there, and I've already stuck that down. This is why I probably should make it first. But as I said, I wasn't feeling in the mood. Well, I was in the mood, I just wasn't feeling well tonight or today, this afternoon. So that shows off the paper nicely on that too. Well, there's some little decorations there, and I thought one of those for the, because it's all the same paper, so we can put that on the envelope as well. Nice and quick. Could do that, could we? We could. So it's got purple. That'll be a bit different. The stitching is the wrong way, but shh, don't tell anybody. Don't say anything, they won't even know. That's so I probably should go in a bit because it's a bit tricky to get it right on the edge. Okay. Oh, there's that one. Needs some embellishments on there too, don't we? Could use a lot of different ones. I won't bore you by going through all my embellishments. I just think these are cute. And they're new, you know, they're new. Yeah. What about there? That'll do. So we've got our inside and our envelope's done a little bit different. I've got these scraps here to use for something else. And how long have I been here? Not even an hour. Let's quickly, I had some other things I was going to show you too, so we might quickly do that. I won't make the cards, I'll just show you where I'm heading with those. I was just playing around with different ideas. So that's the one I'm casing. I think I had those for my inside of my envelope. So got a pink one for inside. There's this folder I was telling you about, my favourite one. Make sure you've got the card on the right side, and I'll show you what I did. I had one prepared that I was going to do last week and changed my mind, and I quickly put it together thinking I need one to copy off or I'm going to forget what I'm going to do, and put it together wrong. But it doesn't look wrong, if you know what I mean. I'll show you them both. No one would know. You could do it either way. So it's just really layers. So we have, and this is the same paper again. We have this one. So I want to, you can't see much of that. So what you can see, I wanted it to look as though it was the right way up. So if that makes sense. That one goes on straight. I think this might be the same one as Rhonda brought around and showed me one day when we had a catch up together. I'm not quite sure though, because I gave that one away. So then our stripy one is matted. You could mat all of them if you wanted to, but it would make a very thick card. So I haven't. Just this one here is 2 3/4, and the mat for it is 2 7/8. So just a slight mat. So this one and this one are both 2 3/4, and you've got your 2 7/8 mat, which goes just like that. And then this piece, I always think I'm missing a piece, I'm not, onto a 2 1/4 piece. And I've embossed both of these with that ornate, is it ornate flowers? You know, the floral one that I showed you before. And that also goes on the diagonal. And I could have used the other side of that as well. So it's diagonal as well. As I say, it doesn't really matter. So, and then I'll put my little medallion that I was talking about before when we first started. And this little stamp here, I'm going to stamp for you. So you can see some hearts, but they don't really look like hearts. So what are we going to stamp that in? Blushing Bride's probably a bit pale. Yeah, I might do Highland Heather, I think. Sticks with the purple. So that's, I can't see white on white, I can't see if I'm in the centre or not. That can have a dimensional. Just one, I think. Oops, I thought I'd stuck that down, I haven't. Oh, because I was just going to say to you, you could just put a heart in the centre. I've put 2 here on this one with a little diamanty thing, or one of those rhinestones in the middle. I've put, I don't know that they exactly layer, so I didn't know if I was thrilled with that one, but you could just put the one heart. I did have a flower here from last week. I thought I could have done that with a leaf, a couple of leafy things there. You can do whatever you like in the centre there. Oh, have I put the glue on the wrong side? You know what, that's not going to matter, because we can put our little sentiment there. So I told you my eyes were bad. So it's all good. And that's cute, and it doesn't have to be all hearts and flowers, or hearts and arts. And again, we need to embellish, so maybe just one in the centre of the O. And I thought for the inside and the envelope, I would just do Here I'm saying don't do hearts, but just for the sake of time tonight, I will just use, looks like I'm nearly out of that too. I do use the power of this stuff. Oh, come on, don't dry too quick for me. Come on. Gosh, it's drying quick. It's a wonder I'm not sweltering. I've got the door shut for the noise of the cricket. It's actually not too bad in here. I'm going to stand up because I'm having trouble here. I think this, either the card base or the insert is just a little bit too long. Alright, and I'm just going to make sure I've got the right way up. I love these stitched hearts. These are out of the Give It a Whirl dies. They are so cute. And you could put one on the back of them. What have I done there? That's right. You could put one on the back of the envelope too, would be really cute as well. Now, these half-started cards, I'll just explain. Hang on. Get back to cleaning your stamp. Otherwise you're going to put it away dirty. So I showed you that one, but I wasn't overly fussed. But it's fine. I've used the Time Worn embossing folder and I've used it on the envelope as well. And I used on the inside paper, I think. Yep. And just given it a bit of a rub with some pink. Don't know that it was necessarily blush and dried. This is the one I messed up. I forgot to emboss first, and then I've put the diagonal down first, but as you can see, you can't really tell, and it doesn't really matter. And I think I used the opposite side of the TSP that I was wanting to use. That's why I suppose you shouldn't craft when you're not feeling up to it, but anyway. Now, where are those ones? I was just playing with these last week, so I thought I'd just show you. I'm not going to put them together. I'll just show you where I'm heading with these ones. Which one's that? That's that one. I was after doing something fairly simple, so I just played around and tried to decide what I was going to do. So the Iridescent DSP, which is this one, you'll find it if you go to my shop online. It's still available. I had a look today, so I just love it. So just a simple card you could do, and if you just put a bit of adhesive down the centre of your butterfly and flip his wings out like that, was just to pop a sentiment down the bottom, and there you've got a really simple card. You could put some embellishments onto your butterfly. I just love that paper, just love it, and I just thought I'd show you that because they're still available. And I was forgetting what was and wasn't in, like, retired, and I grabbed this one out and thought, oh, that's cool, I'll use that. Then realised after I'd done that aha, that's retired. But I really liked what I'd done with it, so I thought if anyone's got that punch, I would just give you some other different ideas to use that. So what I thought when I made up this card, I would do that. I would do that. Pop the gold one on top of the green one, and you could either have, what have I got? I've got two gold ones. You could have your gold one either side, and then you could pop your sentiment across there. So that's just some ideas for you. And talking about the website, I had a look today, and you can, Gorgeous Leaves is still available. it's cheaper to buy them separately. So if anyone's looking, we've only got a few days until that catalogue ends. The last mini, the holiday mini, ends, and the new one starts on Tuesday, I believe, on the 4th. So the other one ends on the 3rd, and the new one starts on the 4th. So, and I do have a hostess code. I think I shared it in my group. I think I shared it in my email, and I should put it online. I should put it underneath my live tonight. Is anyone still here, or have they all gone? Thanks, Jeanette. Thanks, Glenda. Thanks, Margaret. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Myrtle. Thanks, Margaret. Thank you, everybody, and thanks so much for watching. And if you live in Kerrang, if anyone's watching that lives in Kerrang, I will be starting up classes in February, probably with well, depending on what this COVID thing is going to do. We're not sure of anything, are we really? They're talking about further restrictions, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. Looking forward to having everybody in my new house, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. So hoping to have a launch in February, but I won't give you a date just yet, because I'll keep an eye on the media and see what's happening with COVID. A new catalogue launch, for those who don't know, is I show you some new products and some samples I've made with new products out of the upcoming catalogue. These are a few things that I've gotten that I haven't really played with yet. A stem punch, and that coordinates with a stamp set. That's a celebration set, and Grassy Grove. I've got the deer. That was Friendly Hello I was showing you before. So Grassy Grove coordinates with the stamp set that I've got here. It cuts out this nice grove, as the name suggests, of trees. And you've got this grassy bit and this grass here, some nice trees. It cuts out 3 deer, one that you stamp. And I got flowering tulips and the tulip dies, but I've yet to play with them. I've looked at lots of videos to show me how to put them together, but I haven't actually got any further than that. This was a free set that we got for attending the Onstage Online admission, really, but we were given this one, so I'll have to have a play with that as well. Okay, thanks for joining, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a happy new year. Hope it's a better one than last year.